good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine. So, got a movie review for you. Went to see Halloween, the 2018, not a remake, but a continuation of the Halloween franchise, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and a few other people. I'm not sure the name of the rest of the actors. All right, Halloween 2018. Is it called Halloween, or is it? Yeah, just Halloween. So Halloween 2018 is, as I said before, it's a continuation of from the original 1978 Halloween, starring Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay, it is 40 years later, and it is taking place in the same place. So basically, after the first one, when Michael Myers killed the babysitters or whatever, and he went to the insane asylum, it's just been 40 years have passed. They still live in the same town. Why? Oh, I don't know. Like, why don't she just move? That was always my thought. Like, because if he did get out, he don't really know how to. I don't think he know how to travel. He wouldn't know where to find you. But anyway, it's 40 years later. Michael has not said a word in 40 years, and he is in his insane asylum. So this is where this movie kick off. They in this town. So now the people that try to interview Michael couldn't get nothing from him. So now they try to interview, the survivors from the original one. And, this is where the movie kicks off. On Halloween night, for some reason, they going to transfer Michael to another facility. I don't know. Everything just was so much of a coincidence in this movie that kind of made me say, okay, this don't make sense. So as you know from the trailers, Michael Myers escaped. He escaped, and you know where he going. Everybody know he gotta get Laurie. That's his thing. Laurie is Jamie Lee Curtis character, Laurie Strode. And okay, this is my problem. This is where all the problems started for me. I mean, even before that, the part in the crazy home was kind of silly, but this is where all the problems start for me. Where the bus crash, so Mike is loose, right? 1 minute they say he's just unfeeling, unthinking, evil shape or whatever, but the next minute he has a good strategic plan to get a specific target. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So now they got a new character, or they got other characters. So they got another doctor, pretty much just like Dr. Loomis, Donald Pleasance's character, and he, so fascinated with Michael. He's been trying to get something out of Michael for 40 years, and he hasn't got anything. He had never spoke or whatever. So, you add him to the story, but he's pretty much the exact same character as Donald Pleasance's character, Dr. Loomis. That's why I was like, stuff like that, I was like, this is pretty much like a remake. Why did you cancel out of other movies if you gonna throw a lot of the same stuff in there from those other movies? So y'all kind of really cheated, because now you cancel those other movies out just so you can borrow heavily from all of them, and then you just come up with a movie from all of them, and then you add a little bit of your own stuff in there. So now you say, oh, that didn't happen. So now you could just borrow stuff from there and say, well, we ain't copying off it because it never happened. I don't like that, man. Honestly, I like Halloween 2, the second Halloween, better than this one, honestly. So Michael is on the rampage now. He somehow, and I'm gonna talk about the spoiler, he somehow retrieved his mask, and then he just he goes into the suburbs. Now, mind you, this is Halloween night. Kids out trick-or-treating. People don't have their doors locked because kids running in and out the house all day and stuff because they trick-or-treating and stuff. So people don't have their doors locked. So Mike looking like, damn, jackpot. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you, those are the most effective shots. Was when he basically started just invading people's homes and just doing what he do, and that was real scary because this is not a supernatural kind of thing. This is just a man. It's a man that is, as they say, pure evil, but it's just a man, and it's scary to see somebody go into the other room. He go they look and see their back door open. What the hell? He just came in. He in your house somewhere you don't know, and he gets you. Stuff like that. That was effective. But it was also things to the plot that it just, I ain't gonna say it didn't make sense, but it was all a throwback to the first movie. And it's like, why is this here? You did this just to be a throwback, just to let people know that this in there. This was basically kind of like a remake. So I think they just really wanted to remake the first one, but they cheated by saying this is a part 2, but you did a lot of stuff from the first one. And then you even went so far as to took shots directly. They even went so far as to take shots directly from like part 2. They took this tracking shot where he was walking and the kids running by because they was Halloween. They was running by with their bags and stuff, and they did a tracking shot of. They did that on Halloween too. They took that exact shot and they put it in there. Is that an homage or they just copying? I think they just copying. So let's talk about Jamie Lee Curtis a little bit. So her character, Laurie Strode, as you know, was the victim from the first movie. Now she, instead of going on with her life and moving out of the damn state and find another place, she just basically became a crazy old lady because all she would think about is Michael Myers. And then so they gave her a whole story where they showing she had a daughter and a granddaughter. So they showing her daughter as a child. She was subjecting her daughter to all her paranoia by having her learn how to shoot and learn how to fight. I kind of didn't have a problem. Like, okay, so what? You taught her how to shoot and fight. She's like, Jamie Lee Curtis actually did a good job on acting in this role, but I don't like the role. I'd rather for her to have moved on from this, because I'm telling you like this, throughout these movies, I think she came back for a few movies. I think she just came back for one. She came back 1 and 2, and I think H2O, and then she had a small cameo in Resurrection, but we will not talk about that. But my point is, they driving this character into the ground, man. She is a nutcase now. It's like I don't know. I just rather for her to move on. We don't need the same story of Mike chasing. Now, since you dropped the whole idea of this is his sister, and to me that made more sense because it gave him a reason to be going after her. That just makes sense because if he's evil shape that just kill whatever he see, Laurie just was in the wrong place at the wrong time, But no, if you watch the first movie, he was stalking her. He was showing up at her school, It makes sense that she is somebody to him instead of just, oh, there was just some chick that I couldn't kill. Okay, what about the other people that you didn't get? You didn't get everybody in that movie. So, I don't like what they did with her character. I think Jamie Lee Curtis did a good job. I just don't like, I just don't like that old paranoid, crazy shit. It's like, okay. So it was half about Jamie Lee Curtis' character and then half about her granddaughter, which is, which, you know, she's like a teenager. She like, you know, 15, 16, got a boyfriend, you know the usual, experimenting with drugs and sex and stuff. And, as you've seen Scream, in these movies, when a teenager, do drugs and drink and have sex, that pretty much means you're gonna get killed. So, a quarter of the movie was about her granddaughter. And she's kind of like the new lead of the movie, the new girl to be screaming and running. And I really didn't, I didn't care for, I ain't gonna say I didn't care for her performance, but her character was it just wasn't interesting. I didn't want to see it. I was like, I'd be glad when this whole trope of having a teenage girl being the victim it's kind of old, man. I'm ready to move on from that whole deal. It's like you can still have Michael Myers, but he do not have to chase the same he always had the same demographic. A young teenage girl or a young adult female girl, a young adult female, always got to be, that's the one at the end is, not just her living, but that's always the target, It like the Michael Myers, the guy who playing Michael Myers, it was real close to the original, like, how he was moving and stuff like that. I really liked that. And the mask was effective. The mask, of course, it always looked the same, but it was like kind of dirty, and it just looked kind of cool, because in other movies they had the mask, it looked real clean. It was like a new mask or something. It's better when it's the way it looks. That mask is so creepy because it's almost like somebody really looking at you. I don't know, it's just weird. I guess they going for that. William Shatner got one of them faces then. But like I said, I give it all right because I had some cool little moments with it. The ending was not that good. I didn't care for the ending. And when it was over, I was like, So that's also taking down some points for me. But like I said, it was still good enough to be all right. And I think I'm gonna wrap that up. That's my whole discussion for the Halloween movie. I'm gonna do a little spoiler discussion because there's a few things I want to talk about that will be directly spoilerish. But until then, thanks for checking out the video, and I'm out.